I'm not gonna lie, I really, really, really enjoyed that win. That one was sweet. Beating that team with those people on there. First of all, what a win it was. We were not looking good in that first quarter. I thought, man, another stinker laid up by us, against a veteran team with experience and all that stuff. And they came back. They hung in there. They didn't give up. They had that huge second quarter run, and just did an amazing job. Took a big lead, almost gave it up, and took another big lead, and darn near choked it away at the end. But they hung in there, and so many people we have to give a shout out to. Aaliyah Boston took over the fourth quarter. Super proud of her. So glad to see that. Kind of quiet the first part of those first three quarters. I remember thinking to myself, man, I really want to see Kelsey, or not Kelsey, sorry, Aaliyah, be more aggressive offensively. I really want to see her be more aggressive offensively. It almost sounds like she heard me. I know she didn't, but I mean, she sure enough did her job. I mean, she took over and just made so many shots, grabbed the rebounds, did a great job defensively. I thought Sophie Cunningham had an amazing game as well. Made that big 4-point play there at the end. Made a lot of key defensive plays. Got elbowed in the ribs. Got elbowed in the face. This Phoenix team is dirty, like most of the league. So, I mean, they one of them just bowled Ari McDonald over at the end, who had a great game. But I just think Sophie Cunningham had an amazing game, and her and Lexi. I know Lexi fouled out, but they were out there just causing all sorts of issues. They caused so many turnovers. Just a defensive clinic against a really really good team. This is a veteran stacked team. This is one of those built to win right now teams, and so their window is now. Their time to win is now, and so to beat a team like this means a lot. Ari McDonald, I mean, what can I say about her? She just career high in points for her, but she was out there getting steals, shooting well, driving the lane, doing the Kelsey Mitchell stuff. Super, super proud of her. So glad we got her back and got her on a contract. Speaking of people who need to get on a contract, Chloe Bibby did an amazing job. Big Red. Boy, I tell you, she plays both ends of the floor well. She runs well, a lot of energy, really fits this system well. And I hope we need to sign her to a roster spot. Do we really need Brianna Turner still? So, I mean, not I hate to see somebody just lose a job, but I mean, I think if it's like the DeWanna Bonner, more in her in a second. If it's like her situation, she'll get paid anyways, and plus I'm sure she'll find a team. So I'm sure there's a lot of social justice out there. Plus they're gonna be expanding to about 500 teams in the future, which is whatever it is. But um, and just like I said, super job by Chloe. We've got she fits well, and I'd like to see her just continue to grow with this team with the younger people like Aaliyah and Caitlin when she gets healthy, and Ari and Michaela Timpson. Didn't see much of Michaela Timpson tonight, but she's there, and we know she's there. We didn't see much from Natasha Howard against Chicago, but I guess it's kind of the way it goes. I'm very proud of Natasha Howard. She had a great game. She hung in there and did a good job. I know there's times it looks like she's kind of lost on this team, but I think she's just kind of doing what she needs to do. So glad to have her. But like I said, the future behind her looks good with Michaela and Chloe. Very very happy with that, and just happy to beat this Phoenix Mercury team. They got Alyssa Thomas, one of the most unlikable people out there, just turning the ball over. Playoff AT, they call her, even though she's never won a championship. She's clearly somebody who cannot handle the moment. The crowd was on fire. They were not happy about her fiance, Miss DeWanna Bonner. And you saw her early when they were up. She was talking trash to the fans, which is funny because the fans talk trash to her. She gets them tossed. God forbid they make fun of somebody who lost their hair, literally, lost their weave. And can't do that now. But she can talk all that trash, but they gave it back to her, and she couldn't handle it. She couldn't handle the pressure. She had a great first quarter, and a lot of hollow stats after that. Just a very, very hollow stat sheet day for her. I think she had like 32 points, but about 6 or 8 of those were in garbage time at the end there when they were just trying to crawl back into it. Which I mean, I'm not knocking her for. She needs to try her best at that time, but she didn't really have any impact points outside of the first quarter. Turned the ball over about a million times. I guess it had to be tough for her watching her fiance, or maybe they're married. I don't even know what their situation is. I don't care. I do hope they're happy. I hope they maintain a lot of happiness, much like Dejanay Carrington and Alyssa Smith, my least favorite WNBA couple, as opposed to Alyssa and DeWanna Bonner, my second least favorite WNBA couple. But I do wish them all happiness, but I do hope they all lose a lot of games because it's good to see those two lose together. DeWanna Bonner came back after fleecing us, just quitting when things weren't going her way. Contrast that to Natasha Howard. I know we might knock her, but she's hung in there. She's found a way, and I give her all the credit in the world. DeWanna walked out, quit, wanted to go play with her fiance. She's there now, and she played like trash, completely disappeared. It's like she never left Indiana. Her return to Indiana was just like her time in Indiana. She just was she even on the court hardly? Well, I mean, we knew she was on the court because they booed the shit out of her. Kudos to that Fevers fan base. They've the league's just always like, oh, the Fever fans this, the Fever fans that. They're doing this. Alyssa Thomas is one that they gave DeWanna Bonner the proper. I don't think anybody did anything dirty as far as I know, but they booed her and they made sure to hear about it. They cheered extra loud when she would airball one or miss a shot. I don't know what she had, 2, 4 points, something. Just a useless night for a player, and again, that's the WNBA for you. That's your third leading scorer of all time, and like I said, Alyssa Thomas just showed she cannot handle the big time. She really put a lot of pressure on herself with that trash talking and disappeared after that. You can contrast that to Leah Boston and Sophie and Ari McDonald, who all these people, even Natasha Howard, who just rose to the occasion when they had to. This is somebody who's been, what they say, she's been a top 5 MVP candidate the last 3 years, and I guess she's gonna be another one this year. And we're expanding, and that's one of our top 5 people in the league. Shoot. They had like 4 Olympians on that team. Kahleah Copper, she had a good game. Actually kept her weave on this time, so congratulations to her on that. That Whitcomb girl, she did a great job. She did a very good job hitting a lot of threes, hitting a lot of clutch and timely threes. Especially that one at the end of the first half that I think it cut an 8-point lead down to 5, which is a big deal. So she did a great job, I felt, and that's a very talented team. Like I said, they have a lot of talent there, but like I said, it's a very veteran team, and a lot of people that are there for a built to win now. Alyssa Thomas is not getting younger. Kahleah Copper's not getting any younger. Her hair might be getting younger because she has to keep buying new hair, but that she's still not. So, it was a good win, though. Like I said, it was good. It was fun to watch that team lose. It's fun to watch DeWanna Bonner, get that kind of reception back in Indy after she did that to us, and after she fleeced us, and see her play so bad, to see Alyssa Thomas, talk all that trash and then turn it over 500 times, and meant a lot. So yeah, we got to get Chloe Bibby a roster spot. If we got to let go of Brianna Turner and swallow that money, that's fine. We'll make it up in Caitlin Clark jersey sales. Kelsey Mitchell had an off night. She never could get going because she was in foul trouble. I would have put her out there because, having her versus not having her, you may as well take your chances. But we were able to win without her doing much because of the foul trouble. But she's like I said, her and Aaliyah, they're doing an amazing job, and everybody on that team's stepping up right now. I think the onus now is going to be on Caitlin Clark when she comes back to fit into this team and do her thing. So I definitely think she can do it. And I like the fact that the broadcast called Aaliyah Boston a future MVP. I got to thinking, I'm like, if they can keep this together, I could see in maybe maybe the 2027, 2028, and 2029 seasons, I can see the Indiana Fever having back-to-back league MVPs with 3 different players. I could see Caitlin and Aaliyah and Kelsey, winning MVPs in 3 straight years each. So I think this will go down as one of the better teams. And like I said, if they can hang on to Sophie and Lexi and Ari McDonald and Chloe Bibby and have them all just grow together. And like I said, Sophie and Lexi are a lot more of a veteran presence than we realize, as is Kelsey. But you look at the young core with with Kelsey and with Sophie and Lexi, and then if you just if they can be there and try to help Caitlin and Aaliyah and Chloe and Ari McDonald and Michaela Timpson, if they can help them, that young core grow, if they can keep them together, oof, especially with the league expansion coming and the watering down of the rosters, that could be big. So I guess that'd be the good thing if, or at least what I think is when the WNBA players get paid with this with this new CBA. That's one of the good things. They'll be able to spend the money on those players, and with the league expansion, I think a lot of rosters are going to get watered down. So outstanding win. Take that, Dewana and Alyssa. You guys can comfort each other in your tears tonight. And like I said, congrats to Clea Copper for keeping her wig on, and congrats to the Indiana Fever for another amazing win. Like I said, I'm glad to see Caitlin Clark there courtside. So hopefully when she comes back, she'll know exactly what she's walking into. I think her absence might be a blessing in the long run. I think her and everybody are getting to see what all these players really have to offer without her and her gravity. Just taking everybody towards her. And I think this will ultimately pay off for them, if not this year, in the next couple of years at least. So, congrats to the Fever, and really, really looking forward to the future. Kiss my ass, Phoenix. You guys lost. Y'all take care.